How's it going, guys? Welcome to a brand new week, and with that, a brand new round of feature matches. So really excited for this one. But of course, before we get started, I want to mention, if you guys are buying anything off a TCG Player, do not forget to use my affiliate link down in the description below. Using that link and buying things off a TCG Player with it helps support me and the channel. Helps me be able to continue doing what I love to do, and that is make these videos for you guys. You know, go to locals every week, bring out all my camera gear, and film these matches, and you know, do all the other amazing stuff that we've been doing on the channel. So just one way to help support, just through using TCG Player on a regular basis. So keep that in mind. But moving forward here, we got Zoodiacs versus that 60 card ABC Orcust deck that you guys saw last week. Wanted to get that on the channel again, and also happened to be playing against Zoodiacs, which is very, very interesting. We haven't seen Zoodiacs on this channel in quite some time. Used to cover Zoodiac extensively back in the day. If you remember, you've definitely been here for a couple years. So yeah, normal summoning the B Buster Drake with that field spell up, equipping the C Crush Wyvern, trying to get the Danger Snack to resolve here. Does get discarded. Won't get a draw there, but it'll at least get on the board. Gonna try again, though, here for another snack. Will he have any better luck? Nope. Will get discarded, and since he already used the special summon effect, we'll just stay in the graveyard this time around. But we can imagine we'll probably see some sort of Link 2 play. You want to get these ABC pieces in the graveyard as soon as possible to, you know, of course, trigger their effects. You have to use them for fusion fodder for the ABC Dragon Buster. So going to do just that, linking off the Snack and the Crush Wyvern, or not the Crush Wyvern, the Buster Drake, into a copy of IP Masquerena, and then using Buster Drake to add another copy of Buster Drake, and then following up with C Crush Wyvern here to special summon that A Assault Core from the hand. And then we're going to see the fusion summon now for the ABC Dragon Buster. So still has a card in hand, still has IP, you know, has the opportunity to tag out with Dragon Buster to be able to make some cool Link plays with IP during his opponent's turn, but Infinite Impermanence will say otherwise, shutting down the IP Masquerena play, at least for now, and getting started with Tanky, of course. This is Zoodiac, so very pivotal card in the deck. Basically like a copy of Barrage. Not as good, of course, but still getting the job done. Starting with Thoroughblade here, can use his effect on summon to discard a Zoodiac and draw an additional card. Gonna discard the Ram, and that's when he's gonna fire off the ABC Dragon Buster to go ahead and banish that, knowing how easy it would be for him to go into an Xyz summon into the extra deck, because that's just how Zoodiacs work. One card Xyz, and then it's going to be it for his turn, actually. Not setting anything, no other plays to be made. And end phase, we'll see him tag out the Dragon Buster, and then going to quickly link off after the normal summon of a Symbol Skeleton. Just seeing a hint of Orcust plays being made there. Going into the Boral Sword, and that's just going to be a quick and easy end to game one. Very, very unfortunate, but we're going to hop right into game two here, where he's going to get started with the Thoroughblade, discarding that Zoodiac Rat Pierre, the infamous Rat Pierre, and then he's going to overlay into a Broad Bull and set a couple back row and pass. So a bit better of an opening here on his behalf. Still no Zoo combo, of course, with the Rat being at 1. Pretty impossible to do at this point now. Orcust player resolving Allure of Darkness, going to go ahead and banish a Mothman. And then debating on what to do next here. Is going to try to start with a Lone Fire Blossom, of course, to try to get into that Predaplant engine to go retrieve the Brilliant Fusion. So he's going to go ahead and tribute that off, and there's an Ash Blossom in response. So no Predaplant Brilliant Fusion plays being made this turn anyways. So he's going to start with a Nessie, hoping that can go through. It's going to hit a Mothman out of his hand, so he'll net a couple draws here, which is exactly what he needs to do in a 60-card deck, is just dig through his deck and try to draw into better and stronger combo pieces. And it looks like now resolving the effect of Mothman. After drawing, going to discard. He'll discard Symbol Skeleton, and our Zoodiac player is going to discard that Zoodiac combo, which actually isn't a bad trap to discard at this point because of the recycle effect it offers in the graveyard by being able to banish it, shuffle back 5 Zoodiac cards, I believe, and then drawing an additional card. Of course, its on field effect is to attach to a Zoodiac monster. Now we're going to start with the Snack. He's going to go ahead and roll for it, and hits the Snack again. So far, 0 for 0 for 3 on this in this match as far as Sneck is concerned. Not a single one going through for a draw. And then on the summon, we're going to see Trap Trick going for Sanctum, and then following up immediately with Sanctum, going for Scythe. So playing the control game here, as you might expect. That's what Zoodiac is doing best, not really being too combo oriented these days, but rather trying to play the stun game and just control the board as best as possible. Of course, the Artifact Engine helping greatly to do this. So that's going to end his turn right then and there. Does have a 1600 attack. Broadbow does have the 2200 attack. Scythe, of course, not enough to get over Nessie, sitting at 2800 defense. Not a lot of ABC pieces in the graveyard, so you're pretty happy to see that, at least if you are the Zoodiac player. There's not going to be a Dragon Buster coming down anytime soon. Looks like he'll set a back row, and that'll do it for his turn, just clearing the Sneck, making it a bit harder for him to get more Link fodder on the field. So it looks like he's going to try again with this Lone Fire Blossom. It did get met with an Ash previously, so another copy here going to try to go through, but there's going to be a There Can Be Only One being activated now. So that could prove to be a bit problematic, but he's going to link off now the Plant and the Aqua into something that hopefully is neither of those, or is he? Needs a little bit longer to decide here. Now at this point, you still have one other unknown back row on the side of the Zoodiac player. Hasn't activated it just yet. Still could really be anything at this point. And I guess at this point also a link you could go into might be another IP Mask Arena. You could possibly go into, I guess it's going to be Barricade Borg Blocker, offering a discard. And it's going to be for the Damage Juggler, so trying to get some extenders going here. So he's going to banish the Damage Juggler, and either has the option now going for, could possibly be a Trick Clown or a Hat Tricker to be able to continue to extend, to be possibly go into a Link 3, maybe Nightmare Unicorn, maybe try and clear the Broadbow, but not too much of a threat there, to be totally honest. There's no Whiptail underneath it, unless you probably would actually have to worry about a Whiptail. In battle phase, being able to attach that and boost that Broadbow up even higher, to 2800 attack, since it does just gain the attack of what is underneath it. And that's going to do it for his turn, actually. He's just going to search and pass, and then he's going to go right into the battle phase now for the Zoodiac player, and swinging with everything. And that's going to drop him down to 52, setting one other back row now, continuing to gain a slight bit of advantage here. Still playing the control game with a There Can Be Only One. Another Lone Fire Blossom. The third and final one, and decides there's not much else he can do there, so we're just going to go ahead and go into Game 3. And of course, a quick reminder to check out Imperium Duelists. Link to their website down in the description below. All the sleeves and playmats I use are from them. They also sell amazing dice, deck boxes, and things like that. So I highly recommend you guys check them out if you haven't. And of course, you can get anything on their site for 10% off using my discount code WinnerKills10off. So again, link to their site down in the description below. So we're getting things started here in Game 3 with a card destruction, discarding a rather unfortunate hand from our opponent, double Cyclone, double Barrage. And I believe there was a bit of a discrepancy with how many cards our ABC player ended up drawing off the destruction. He's supposed to draw 4, so shuffled a random card back into the deck, because he had 5 in hand, was supposed to have 4. So they went and fixed that real quick. That's why there was a cut there. And as the Mothman resolves, Zoodiac player discarding a Lost Wind, which isn't too bad. He'll be able to make that live actually this turn if he decides to go into the extra deck. Now, Nessie trying to go through, and it will. Discarding a Damage Juggler. So at this point, I think it's just try to go for IP and get some interruptions on board that way. And if you can get a Buster Dragon out of it in the process, the better that will be. So he's going to add a Hat Tricker now. Could possibly go for some big Link plays here. Has not normal summoned yet, so he's going to special summon the Hat Tricker and use Terraforming now. That's a really good card to have at this point. Going to go for Union Hanger. It does have B Buster Drake in his hand, so he could actually possibly set up Dragon Buster this turn with the IP Mask Arena. So he's going to go ahead and play the field spell. It will go through, no Ash Blossom to slow him down. He's going to add a Assault Core, and it looks like he's going to normal summon either the Assault Core or the Buster Drake and try to go into the C off the equip effect of the Union Hanger. And yeah, so going to normal summon as expected. Using your normal summon is pretty important. I feel like most people know this at this point. Unless your deck is just super Omega Alpha, like unstoppable, then maybe I guess you don't need your normal summon. But looks like not going to use the equip effect of Union Hanger. At least I don't think he did. And then going right into a Saryuja of all things to net one card here. And it looks like he's going to net that Nessie. Nessie going to try to go through again. And then Lost Wind is going to be activated on that summon of the Saryuja. So we'll get that card back basically for free going into the next turn to be able to stop any plays he's able to make. The Nessie does go through and does draw into a copy of Gizmek Orochi. And he does have all pieces actually here. I was curious as to why he didn't equip with the field spell, but it looks like he does already have all the pieces at this point. And then going to link off the Nessie and the Saryuja now into Ip, which he technically cannot do because Ip needs 2 non-link monsters. So a bit of a hot cheat right there, if you will. But these things happen, I suppose. He did have a Gizmek in hand, so technically he could have made the Ip with the Nessie and the Gizmek underneath the Saryuja and kept the Saryuja, so still a possible card to make. Actually had a bit of a disadvantage here since he had to link off a Saryuja for it anyways, so yeah, that is a little bit of a misplay there. Neither player noticing it, of course. Me, the eyes in the sky, noticing it because I notice everything. No, I don't. You guys notice everything, though. And it looks like he is going to go for the Thoroughblade, discarding the Rat Pierre. Of course, still getting the draw. Dragon Buster is going to banish that card immediately before he can go into any Xyz plays. And he's going to set 4. In end phase, we're going to see him tag out into A, B, and C, respectively. And I'm going to go ahead and draw into a card here. And it looks like he draws Orcust Nightmare. And going to flip up another There Can Be Only One here in Game 3. We saw how much work it put in Game 2. It could possibly continue to put in just as much work here in Game 3. Trying to play the control game, like I said earlier, because that's really what the deck can do best at the moment. So going to send off those 2 other ABC monsters, keeping the B on the field. And then going to link the Masquerena and the B into Unicorn, discarding Nightmare off the Unicorn. Gonna go ahead and try to get rid of There Can Be Only One. And the Lost Wind will say otherwise. So that is the one he did get to set back off that first turn. It was discarded off Mothman. And going to go ahead and go into the Dragon Buster now. And then use Nightmare, Orcust Nightmare rather, to target the halved Nightmare Unicorn, which is at 1100 right now. I believe he ends up dumping Harp Horror here, so it'll be boosted by 400, so putting it to 15 opposed to its original 22. And at this point, can't really use the Orcust plays here, so he's going to try to use it. Opponent reminds him, hey, There Can Be Only One on the field. You can't actually use that since you already have a machine on board in the form of ABC Dragon Buster, which is fine. You still have that really good card there. I mean, no cards in hand, unfortunately, to be able to take advantage of the really clutch banish effect he's been using to keep at bay some of these Zoodiac plays, preventing the Thoroughblade from even getting a chance to see the light of day, just banishing it immediately, not allowing for a Broadbow or any sort of Chakanine or Tiger Mortar plays, things like that. Still some cool plays to be able to be made here, even in Master Rule 4. Of course, they do get better once Master Rule 5 comes around. Maybe some support from the ban list will make this deck a bit more viable, but nonetheless, getting started now with a Trap Trick. And I believe he actually ends up Trap Tricking for Zoodiac combo, of all things. Possibly doing that to be able to get extra material underneath a Link monster. So going to, yeah, go for the Zoodiac combo off of Trap Trick. Also deck thinning in the process. Probably not looking to draw that card too much. Gonna normal summon Whiptail, and Whiptail will actually be able to run over the Nightmare Unicorn since it is at 13. Thanks to the Tanky, and of course, the Unicorn still being halved at 1100. Be able to run it over. And going to now try and use the discard effect of Dragon Buster. There's going to be an Infinite Impermanence. Discarding another Harp Whirr. Cannot tag out either because of there can be only one. And I think now he's just going to go into the battle phase and clear the Whiptail with the Dragon Buster, dropping him down to 18. Zoodiac player going to draw for turn here, hoping to get something going. Has a set Cosmic Cyclone, of course not doing him too good right now. Would rather not play that 1,000 life points at this point. Draws for turn, ditches the Symbol Skeleton just to clear the set. It's another Whiptail, and you just can go ahead and swing in for game there. The sets were, of course, the combo and the Cosmic. Not able to do too much with those at this point. So ABC Orcust 60 card variant taking the win here. Although Zoodiac's not going down without a fight, having to rely heavily on some floodgates, you know, Artifact, Scythe, Sanctum, and there can be only one. Very, very effective cards, though, just lacking the board presence needed to be able to get rid of cards like the Buster. Because if you can clear that, no problem. Doesn't have to worry about the tag out effect because of the there can be only one. So could have possibly had a way to out that board if you would have seen the right cards, just not seeing them. Of course, you know, doesn't allow for any sort of a comeback. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Check out Discord down in the description below. Also, follow me on Twitch. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Winner Kills signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.